Welcome to this Windows and Computer channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Thursday, January the 24th, 2019, and today in our Tech News Update, well, if you're an insider, we have, of course, the Bug Bash that has started yesterday. It's that time when you can try different options, different apps, different settings, and just go and learn a little more about Windows 10. It's kind of fun because you learn, you help on the Microsoft team at the same time, and it's going on until February the 3rd. So check it out. It's now going on. Well, what's happening with Apple's self-driving vehicle effort? After some scale back in layoffs, it seems that 200 more layoffs have been happening at the beginning of this year. We're now wondering what's happening, and is it just that the whole project will eventually stop, or is, Apple still continuing and trying to find a way to be in the self-driving vehicles? We'll see what happens this year. Bing in China is not available. Since yesterday, Bing has stopped actually working in China. It seems that it's hit by what's called a DNS corruption problem. So apparently, what's happening is some people that actually are using Bing, if you use the IP address directly, apparently it still goes through. But what we are wondering is that maybe the Chinese government decided to block the content from Bing, which would add it to the other, of course, search engines like Google that are not working inside China. Microsoft Edge is a little bit in a controversy right now. It actually started on Android and iOS with a new possibility, which is to use a company called NewsGuard, or a kind of an add-on called NewsGuard, to detect fake news. The thing is, this is usually something you add. For example, on the desktop version of Edge, you can add NewsGuard, which is supposed to actually help you see what's fake news or not. The problem is it's by default installed on Android and iOS version of Edge. Now, it's not turned on by default, but still some people are saying, well, maybe it should be something we add when we want it, not something that's already pre-installed. Well, this is interesting. If you are one of those interested in what's happening in Windows 10, well, 18.823, what's that? 19H2, the next version of Windows for this fall of 2019. The first build has shown up internally at Microsoft. That means they're moving ahead real fast. So kind of interesting. We'll talk more about this in the Insider channel. 35 years today that the original Apple Macintosh hit the world. It was January 24th, 1984 that Apple announced that the first Macintosh computer helped spark the PC revolution, as there are tons of other platforms, including Commodore at the time. Well, of course, it's one of those computers that, kind of really changed the way we were doing things with computers. Windows 10 Lite is going to apparently have a very, very simple start menu. No live tiles, very minimalistic outlook. So it seems that it's really, really working and going on right now forward for devices that will be really underpowered. Google Chrome is scaring some of the companies that make ad blockers. Why? Google Chrome is planning to change the way that the extensions integrate within this browser. That means it's going to, of course, change how extensions will actually be able to interact. The reason why, well, Google says that they need to do it because there are too many infections and malware that use Google API in order to actually be able to infect computers, for example. So by changing it, it will prevent that. But at the same time, apparently ad blockers will be broken. That's going to be interesting to see. Sorry, I got a little cold here. Experts say that one of the major problems going forward for internet service users will be that we might actually have the return of data caps everywhere. Why? Right now, on unlimited services, there's a growing number of users that are using tons of data. 4.1% of users are now using more than 1 terabyte of data per month. This is creating a stress on the services. And that means that more and more ISPs might be thinking of putting back data caps to make sure that users don't use too much data. Robots everywhere. According to Brooklyn Institute report, the Brooklyn Institute report says that the fear of robots taking over jobs or killing jobs is real, but it's not as extensive as we might think. They say that, there are two extremes. There's, of course, the low-end extreme where just a few robots are taking over jobs. There's the extreme where there's a lot of robots taking over jobs. They say it's somewhere in the middle, and that they estimate that by 2030, 36 million jobs in the US will be killed because of robots. And finally, if you're an Office 365 user and unable to get into your mailboxes today, it's a known problem. Since early this morning, there's been some issues with users not being able to get into their mailboxes in the Office 365. Well, Microsoft knows about it, and it says that it will try to fix it throughout the day. And this was the Tech News Update for Thursday, January the 24th, 2019. You enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.